Hi everyone, Claudia here. If you are new here, last year I made a video about how to solve a Rubik's Cube because I figured we were all pretty bored and looking for something to do. You know, 2020 was a rough year. That video is now the most viewed video on my channel. So if you've watched that video, thank you so much. But I figured for anyone who watched that and maybe wants another challenge, or maybe the 3x3 just isn't working for you yet, why not do a tutorial on how to solve a 2x2 cube? I'd like to hear from you guys as well. Recently, I've been making a lot of tech videos on my channel, but I want to branch out a little bit to tutorials in other areas. So is that something you'd be interested in? And if yes, what are you hoping to learn about? And if not, if you think I should stick with tech videos, let me know that as well. I'm excited to get into today's video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Timestamps will be in the description box if you are looking for help on a particular step, and I will also link the cube that I bought on Amazon in the description box as well. So let's get started. So I want to start by showing you a solved cube because I personally am a visual learner and I feel like it helps visualize what it's supposed to look like when it's solved. And your cube might have different colored sides than mine does, but it's likely going to have a yellow side and a white side. And as you'll see, once it's solved, those two sides are on opposite sides of the cube. So that'll be helpful in solving a little bit down the line to remember that yellow and white are opposite of one another. I want to start by showing you the first algorithm that we're going to be using, and then we can get into the steps to solve. And if you've done a 3x3 cube, this is the same algorithm, and it is right side up. You're going to push the top layer with your right finger. Right side down, and then you're going to push with your left finger the other way. And then we will scramble the cube and get to solving. Okay, so now that our cube is scrambled, the first step is to solve the white face so that all of the white pieces are on the same side, but that the first layer is also completely solved, which will look like this. So the way you do that is by choosing any white piece. There's obviously 4 pieces that have a white side. We're just going to use this one since it's marked. I think it'll be easier to follow along. You're going to just choose a white piece and orient it so that it's on the bottom of your cube. So this is the top, obviously this is the bottom. Whichever white piece you choose, just make sure you have it on the bottom. Then my recommendation is to go around and find a white piece on the top layer that has a color that matches your white piece. So for us, we have orange and blue. So I'm going to try to find a white piece on the top layer that has either orange and blue. So that one doesn't. This one has white and blue, and this one has white and orange. So since this one's in the top layer, we're going to use this one to solve. And if all of your white pieces for some reason are in the bottom layer, I will leave a timestamp on the screen that you can skip to for troubleshooting if that happens to you. But we're just going to take this white piece that also has the blue, and what we're going to do is just rotate it until it's above where it actually needs to go to be solved. So we know that for this piece to be solved, it needs to be white and blue. So we just rotated it above where it needs to go to be solved. And then you're going to want to orient your cube so that that piece that you're trying to solve for is in the upper right-hand corner like we have here. And we're going to do that algorithm that we just learned. So let's do it once and see what happens. So now that piece is on the bottom, but obviously oriented the wrong way. So we're just going to do that algorithm again. And you're just going to do it as many times as you need to until that piece is solved. There is no right or wrong amount of times to do it until it's solved. So we've done it about 4 times now. And we're going to just do it one more time. And now that piece is solved. So then we're going to go around to the other side of that piece, and for this piece to be solved, it needs to be white and pink. So we want to take the white and pink and rotate it if you need to above where it needs to go. Mine is already in the correct spot, which is great. So that means I just need to make sure that piece is in the front right corner, do my algorithm as many times as I need to. This time we just had to do it once, and that piece is solved. And now we have one other corner that needs to be solved, and that piece is right here, so we're just gonna rotate it until it's above where it needs to go. Make sure it's in the upper right corner and do that algorithm again. And now our white face and our first layer are completely solved. So if the white piece that you're looking for is in the bottom layer instead of the top layer, here's how you get it into the top to be able to use it to solve. You're just gonna do one right algorithm. So we're looking at this piece right here, white, green, and pink. We're gonna do one right algorithm. And there it is. Now it's in the same spot, just in the top row. And now you can use that piece to rotate around to solve for the bottom. So the next step is getting all of your corner pieces in the top layer in their correct spot. And they're in their correct spot when the colors in the top match the colors in the bottom. So for example, this one right here, we have green and orange matching with green and orange. In this piece, we have blue and orange matching with blue and orange. So our goal is to get all four matching their bottom row piece. So if you have all four already in their correct corresponding spots, that's great. You can just move on to the next step. But what do you do if you only have two or one? If you have two, I'm gonna leave a troubleshooting timestamp up here. The goal for this step is to actually have obviously all four, which means you've completed this step, or have one. You don't actually want two. So in our example here, we have two. That's actually what we don't want. So I will show you what to do if you skip to this timestamp, if that's the situation that you're in. One of the ways you can fix that is just by rotating the top layer and seeing if just one corner is correct. So we rotated it once, and now we have green and pink. And now that's the only one that matches up, so that actually solved our problem. So now that we have one in the correct location, we're gonna do a new algorithm. And you wanna make sure that whichever piece is in the correct location is in the front right. And then you're gonna do a new algorithm, which looks like this. You're gonna push with your right finger to do one turn of the top layer. You're gonna do one turn up, push with your left finger, one turn up. Then you're gonna push again with your right finger, one turn down, push again with your left finger, one turn down. If you did that algorithm properly, your white face should still be intact, and so should your bottom layer. And now we're gonna see if any other corners have gone to their correct location. And it looks like they haven't, so we're just gonna do it one more time. This step you're just gonna do as many times as you need to until all four corners are in the correct spot. So let's do that algorithm one more time. Now let's see. It looks like all of the colors are now in their correct location. So if you're in a situation where you have two corners that match the bottom, you can do that second algorithm from anywhere on the cube. If you have one corner correct, you have to do it from the front right. But if you have two, it doesn't matter where you start. You're just gonna start the algorithm. And then you're gonna see if you've moved to only having one correct. So we obviously have our orange and blue piece here. Those don't match. These do match, and those don't match. So if we try to rotate our top layer once, let's see if we have any matching corners. We don't. Let's try rotating it one more time. And we still have two that match. We still have pink and blue. and green and orange. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that algorithm one more time from any point on the cube. Now let's take our orange and blue piece back to orange and blue where we started. And let's see if any of our corners are matching. So now that's the only one that we have matching. So now you can just go ahead and do that algorithm again, and all 4 of your corners should be in the correct spot. So once you have all 4 corners in the right place, what you're gonna wanna do is actually flip your cube upside down. For most of this, we've been solving with the white face on the bottom, but now we're gonna make sure the white face is on top, and our goal is to just get every yellow piece to the yellow side. It doesn't matter at this point what the rest of your cube looks like. We're only gonna be focused on getting yellow to the bottom face of the cube, and we're gonna do that using our right algorithm. So you can start with any corner. We're just gonna start with this one right here. And we're just gonna do our right algorithm as many times as we need to until the yellow piece is on the bottom. There it is, it's on the bottom. And again, we're not worrying about what else is going on our cube. Once the yellow piece is on the yellow face, that piece is solved. Then what you're gonna wanna do is rotate the bottom layer once. You don't wanna rotate your whole cube. That will mess up your cube. So just remember to just turn the bottom layer once. This piece is already solved, so we're just gonna turn it again. This piece is already solved, so we're just gonna turn it again. And now we need this yellow piece to be on the bottom, so we're gonna do our right algorithm until our yellow piece is on the bottom. Do it one more time. And now our cube is solved. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and were able to solve your cube. Let me know in the comments if you did. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.